know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
That jab gets blocked. Misses with the straight left. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Can't score with that jab. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Holding nothing back here in the round. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful. And he scores with the counter. When are we going to see a jab from these two? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Janibek that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Have you got complete?
Great work. I love it. I love it. That jab slick.
And everything in the bag.
And there's the bell to start round 7. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think thinking. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
That jab won't score. Missing with that jab. Missed with that right uppercut. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. He threw a punch and just got countered. Do you believe what we're seeing? rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
So much firepower here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Janibek in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Don't worry, that's it. Now breathe. Breathe. Just get your breath.
Right, let's go out there. Get your boxing back together. Listen, be smart when you go out there.
Nice round. Good round. I like.
And we enter the 8th round. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Back and forth they go. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
The jab not finding its target. The jab slightly off target. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referees, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
You'd like to see more jabs. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Janibek that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Focus. Big, deep breaths. Big, deep breaths.
Good work. He was thinking. He was smart. He weren't loading up, but he was still landing it.
Come on, you're better than that. You've been coasting this fight, and now you're going to...
Both fighters starting to get tired as we start round 9. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You missed with that jab. Insane action. Well done with that counter shot. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself down trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? No rest for the weary. A very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Which fighter will say no mas? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Caution being thrown to the wind. No rest for the weary. Both men step back for just a moment. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Stumbling around in potholes, in serious trouble. Let's talk about Johnny back in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
The jabs work.
Okay, now you're switching off. You're starting to make mistakes, and you're switching off.
Stay fit.
It's round 10. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system. Throw a certain amount of punches per round, because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again, and the fight will be over.
The straight right just misses. Do you believe this? Just misses with that jab. When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get caught to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
A perfect counter lands, and that hook misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What did they do? What would they tell him when he goes back to the corner?
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. That last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good? You were thinking? You were...
Come on, you've let him back in the fight. You're much better than this guy. You're much better. He's not in your league.
Great work. I love it. I love it. That jab slick. Just keep him on the end of your jab. You're getting your time in already. That right hand's beautiful. Beautiful. That's it.
Here we go in the championship rounds, round 11. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. The referee calls time, and we'll look at the cut.
Okay, are you all right? Are you okay?
Wow, so the referee is not going to stop it, and the fight continues. They exchange punches. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Beautiful counter punch. This fight has a real good flow to it. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Missing with the hook. Miss with that jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. The jab doesn't quite connect. Nice counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Look at all that blood, but he's still wanting to come out for more.
Man, oh man, you know what? He's got to hope the referee doesn't jump in and stop it.
What are you doing? You switched off completely. Get your mind back on the...
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round.
On to the 12th. They just gave us a great round. Let's see if they can do it again.
What a round. I'm exhausted. They must be absolutely shattered. What could you tell a man when he comes back to the corner? You need the instructions to be simple, precise. Don't befuddle them because they're just shattered.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
These two were made for each other. Counter punching, and he misses with that straight left. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Some of the best action I've seen in any round anywhere this year. That's a lot of swelling. The referee taking a good look at it. Is he going to stop it?
Are you all right? Are you okay?
A little bit of a surprise here as the referee says we can continue. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Tough way to lose it by split decision.
A split decision? How one-sided does it have to be? A split decision? Who's doing this, Joe? Todd, tell me. Come on, talk to me, man. That is not a split decision. Ridiculous.